Go.
Welcome back to Cinder News Network, a Poke podcast driven by a Poke passion. Once again, I am your host, Cinderlin, and today, of course, again, I have with me Pyro the Cinderace.
Hello.
So this is our second episode of the Cinder News Network. If you want to check out the intro episode, that will be linked in the description below. You can check that out. It's basically just our introduction, so to speak. And today we're actually going to get into the meat of what we're doing. Today we're going to cover a bunch of news that I've been looking over on the Pokemon News website and Twitter accounts. All of my sources for each article will be linked in the description down below as well, so you can check those out and read at your own leisure. Now for today, our episode 2, we're going to be covering a lot today. There's a lot to cover today. We're going to be looking at, respectively, Pokemon GO's events, some international news that I've found, some TCG news, some Pokemon Unite moves, hello? I mean, Pokemon game news, and then we're going to talk a little we're going to talk a little bit about the Pokemon anime to some degree at the end of the podcast. So those are your chapters. Please look to what is wrong with me today? Please look forward to each one respectively. So today, as at the time of this recording, today is Pokemon GO's 6th anniversary. What an experience. It's hard to believe that Pokemon GO is been around for that long. It's so hard to believe.
It is. I remember when it was first out and everyone was playing with it. That was chaos.
Oh my gosh, yes, I remember that. And
I remember hearing like a story about like there was one Vaporeon and everyone like in this area crowded around this one area to get the Vaporeon.
Wow.
I mean, I don't blame them. It's a good Pokemon, but geez.
Reminds me, like, speaking of all of, like, the crowded stuff, reminds me of a time when I was with my cousins and there was, like, a Pikachu near us, so we all just went straight to it because we were like, oh my gosh, there's a Pikachu in the area. And, like, this is when the game was still pretty new. So
back then when Pikachu was rare.
Yeah. Pikachu.
Now I see them all the time.
Yeah, it's relatively common. I mean, it is the mascot of the franchise, so it makes sense that you should be able to catch it at least one time, no problem. So looking at the article for this comes from the official Pokemon website. We have an anniversary event running through July 12th, 8 p.m. at your local time, whichever it is. I'm in Central, so whenever July 12th rolls around, I can know things are going to end right at 8. And my time, it's no time zone tricks here. So what we have here is that apparently the Charmander line will be wearing party hats, Pikachu with the cake hat, and apparently Pansear is making his debut.
It's a very random Pokemon to use, but you know what? I respect it.
It is random. I would think they added all of the Gen 5's respective Pokemon, but apparently Pansear took a while. Okay. I don't know if that means anything. It seems that all the starter Pokemon will have new fast attacks to learn and more CP to look forward to. Like, it says here, quote, as trainers can only compete with fire, water, grass type Pokemon, CP 500. Oh, okay. So it must be kind of a tournament type thing.
Yeah.
1-star raids, we have Pikachu wearing Kate Hack, Dratini, unknown letter E. That's interesting. I've never heard of unknown being there yet. You have 3-star raids of Venusaur, Party at Charizard, Blastoise, Tyranitar, Metagross. 5-star raids Zapdos. That's pretty huge. And then mega raids of Mega Charizard X and Y. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. Ooh.
Sorry to interrupt. I interrupted. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Because of course Charizard.
I mean, Charizard's also kind of a staple.
Yeah.
Wherever there's
you can't blame them for doing it so much, but at the same time, it's like
wherever there's a Pikachu, there's a Charizard close by.
Exactly. I was trying to think of the right thing to say, and you just put it correctly.
Yeah. And apparently, Team Go Rocket is going to be up to a lot of shenanigans as well. So, if you're a person who likes to go thwart Team Go Rocket's plans, then you're going to have a lot to do.
Yep.
Right. Next up for Pokemon Go is that for the Pokemon Center, the online one, or whatever centers near you, if you live in Japan, for example, you're going to have some official merchandise come your way for Team Valor, Mystic, and I forgot the names. Wow. Okay, Team Valor, Team Mystic, Valor, Team Instinct. So you're going to have some new merchandise for it. Looks like some shirts, some bags, some hats. Pretty neat stuff so you can support your team. I'm
Yep.
I'm
I
on
guess in
Team
the comment
Valor.
section below, you can put your team, whatever team you are. I am also Team Valor.
Nice. It's perfect. Team Valor,
So,
let's
but
go.
put it in the comment section below because it's always fun to have those kinds of interactions.
Oh yeah. And lastly, oh yeah, yeah, I just wanna go a little bit about my experience with the game. Like I did start it when when it came out 6 years ago, and I remember just taking every opportunity I could to play the game, just get out there, catch some Pokemon. And I've had fond memories with it, especially when I would get together with my friends and we would just walk around town catching some Pokemon. What about
I
you,
have a
Pyro?
similar story. I have a similar story.
Okay.
I got it at the same time and it was like out, of course, because we all did, and I was already a Pokemon fan, so of course.
Right.
And it was on my mom's phone. I just kind of would do that
Right.
anywhere we went. Again, same for you.
Right.
Eventually, like I couldn't play it for a while because something happened. I don't know what it was, but it wouldn't let us sign in. I think
Oh,
we
I
went in like an
remember
off
that.
limits. I think we went in an off limits area or something
Oh
because
man.
it like shut it off for us, and it had this picture. It said like, "Be aware of your surroundings" with like the Gyarados and all that, and it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't let us sign in. So that was kind of annoying and sucked.
Yeah, I've had
So
times like
like,
that before where it just wouldn't let me sign in or just for some reason sign me out. I'm like, that's frustrating.
yeah, and we didn't understand at the time. I was really young, so I didn't really know.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, 6 years later, no joke, like I didn't even finish it for a year.
Okay.
We got it back now,
Nice.
and I'm able to play it, and it's cool because I barely put a dent in the Pokédex back then, and now I'm doing a lot better because there's all these new Pokemon got added.
Right.
I just
My
can't wait for Cinderace to get added. It's gonna be so cool because of the AR feature. Lots of
yes.
opinions on the AR feature.
Yes, I'm gonna have so many photos like that. I'm gonna have so many photos here. It won't even be funny.
Yeah, what's your opinion on the AR feature?
AR feature? Oh, that's great. I remember like I think it was back in May that Gen 7 came out. And the moment I found a Litten, I one of my favorite Pokemon by the way, that's when I was like, all right, come on. I need to catch this Pokemon, quickly take a picture with one, and that's what I did. Like same day I would just take a picture because that's something I wanted.
Nice. I love the feature a lot. I can't wait until my favorite Pokemon gets added. For
Yeah,
now,
right?
my buddy is a Vaporeon
Mine's is
because it's my second favorite Pokemon, similar to how Litten is your second favorite.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
And Vaporeon is. Oh, sorry for interrupting. We
no, no,
talked at the
no.
same time.
No, go ahead.
Vaporeon is bigger than I thought. Like, oh my gosh, this thing is huge.
I mean, the AR function gives you a real sense of scale, per se.
It does.
It's really well done. Props to the developers.
Yeah, I'm impressed. It's just so fun.
Yeah, right now I'm working on. I actually have a shiny Eevee in my game, and I'm working on evolving it into a shiny Umbreon, which got the quote unquote cheat code too. You have to give it a certain name. It only
Yep.
works once though, so that's gonna be my one use. But I remember that when oh what when Pokemon Go originally released, like everyone was trying to get a Vaporeon of some sort. This is just from what I heard because Vaporeon was just silly strong, and yeah, I can believe it. It's one of my strongest Pokemon in my game.
Yeah, and I'm glad Vaporeon is a good Pokemon because
It is very good.
it's such a good design,
Its fast attack is
and
so good.
it's just it helps that it's a cool design and also like really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Mine unfortunately doesn't have very good stats, but it's just a buddy Pokemon, so I don't care.
Yeah, doesn't
I
have.
don't really care about stats, honestly.
Yeah, I don't either. As long as it gets the job done at gyms, I'm all good.
Exactly. Like for me, I don't like perfectly stats Pokemon. You know why?
Hmm.
It takes away the like uniqueness of it.
It can, yeah.
I just think it's cool that every single Pokemon ever has some way has different stats than another Pokemon. That I
Mm-hmm.
find really cool, and it adds like this unique personality to it. So there's no point in having like, oh, look at my perfect stats Charizard. This is so cool. I think the more like Pokemon with a story behind it is cooler.
Right. Especially especially when I'm finally gonna like just get Cinderace in the game and I'm like, this is a Score Bunny. I'm gonna choose to evolve into a Cinderace. Like if there's a Score Bunny community day, you know I'm gonna be out of the house all day.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be begging my mom to get out of the house
Yeah.
because I can't drive yet,
I need like
Dad.
what, 150 candies in order to evolve it? You gotta get like 25 or 25, 50 just to evolve it to the second stage, and then to the last stage, it's like an additional 100. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
so many
it's gonna
catches.
be worth it though. Hopefully we get a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah, I would just use pineapple berries because I think they increase the amount of candies you receive, like maybe
They
next
do.
extra like
I actually
two,
use those quite.
three.
I use those quite often. I use those quite often if there's a Pokemon I want to evolve.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind
Like
for my future
I give
catches.
those to EVs a lot because I want to get all the evolutions. I'm still
Right. I should do that next time I find an EV.
recovering my Pokedex.
Yeah.
Still covering my Pokedex after the disaster of 2016 when it shut off
Disaster.
for some reason.
Right. Okay, and believe with that, we're going to move to our next topic, which is the international news. What we have here, first of all, uh, in the Fukushima prefecture of Japan, they've actually opened a Chansey themed playground, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I hope we get more things like this. I find that idea very cute.
Yeah, like makes you think that like Japan gets all the good stuff when it comes to Pokemon. Let's be real here.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Like they got the centers, they got apparently these playgrounds. Like I just want to see it. That's all. Like just to say that like
Yeah,
I've had the experience of seeing it. That's all I want.
exactly. I just think the idea of a playground themed on Pokemon, I think it's so wholesome.
Sure
It's
is.
nice there's going to be kids that are going to be playing on those and experiencing that.
Yeah. Though it's interesting how they'll call it because in Japan, Chansey's name is Lucky. Like literally, it would be literally translated as Lucky. So it's literally the place is literally called Lucky Park. That's
Huh.
really interesting. And it's apparently at the time of this recording, it just opened because it says it opens July 7th.
And yep, just July 7th. So,
Right.
you know what? That's pretty cute, I got to say.
It is pretty cute. The next bit is that in the UK is where the next Pokemon World Championships will be held. They will be held in London. It's a huge event every year for this company, and this year I'm sure will be no exception. Like, I used
Yep.
to spend a lot of time watching the TCG and VGC and Pokken Tournament DX gameplay showcases, like the tournaments. Like those are wild, dude. Can't wait to
Yeah.
see what comes out of this one. Now they're adding Pokemon Unite to the roster of tournaments.
Hmm.
So
I'd
we'll,
love to go to one of those events if only they had them here.
right. So it means we'll get to see who comes out as the very first Unite World Championships, and definitely not going to be me. Definitely not happening.
Unfortunate.
No,
Unfortunately.
sadly. I still want to go
Well,
to one of
yeah.
these events, but I just never have the time or money.
Yeah, same here.
Like,
And
there's. Go ahead.
another thing, I don't have any competitively useful Pokemon like that are really good for competitive.
Hmm.
And I'd rather bring my like more attached to Pokemon, but they're not. They're gonna get beat up bad, so it's not a good idea.
Maybe so. Yeah, and
Yeah,
there's.
because I don't have. They're not competitively trained.
Yeah. I don't competitively train my Pokemon either. It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't care honestly, unless it's for that kind of purpose.
Hmm. And if you say you are going to the London area, that apparently there's going to be it's going to have its own little Pokemon Center as well. If I can find the
Oh, I'm
article.
jealous.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so jealous.
I feel, man. I feel it's just kind of frustrating to see that apparently, like, well, we don't know yet, and we don't know if this is gonna be like an in-person Pokemon Center or an online thing because recently the UK's version of the Pokemon Center released, but just trying to find the article. Please excuse me.
It's alright.
Yeah, it really is cool to see that we're good. I don't know what to say. It is kind of hard, not gonna lie. Here we go. So looking at the article now. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same article. What am I doing? So let's see here. It's quote, this year for the first time, Pokemon fans who are planning to shop at the pop-up Pokemon Center of the Worlds must schedule a reservation. Well, that makes sense because it's a huge event. That's no doubt about it. Tickets to shop will be available starting July 18th. Shopping appointments will likely be claimed quickly. I don't doubt that statement. So don't miss your opportunity to shop for exclusive merchandise. Pokemon Center is open to the public. You do not need to have a World's entry badge. There you go. You just want to pop in, go ahead, but you still have to purchase it in advance. Despite this, there should be plenty of space and inventory for all fans who wish to visit the Pokemon Center. Reserving a spot in advance will help you provide a positive experience for all visitors. And stay tuned for additional information. Well, we'll be sure to cover that when that comes out because we just have this teaser up right now. Yeah, right. I'm rightfully jealous because in America,
Yeah.
like we haven't had a Pokemon Center in America since 2005. It's a real shame. And the original one was in New York. There's a whole website dedicated to it. I think it's Pokemon Center New York. I think it's called that. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but that lists the entire history of the Pokemon Center. You can check that out. It's a really interesting read. And they even show a lot of concept art for it. So would encourage you guys to read that when you can. I'll probably link that in the description as well. A lot of links in the description already because there's so many sources I got to cite. What's your thoughts on the...
Hey, you're cutting out.
I'm cutting out? Dang it,
It's
dude.
probably just my Wi-Fi.
I hope I'm not cutting out.
That wouldn't be good. I think it's just my Wi-Fi though, because you sounded a lot clearer on your video.
Well, I'm screen recording, so I should be fine.
Yeah, it's probably just me. It's hopefully I understand what you're saying.
No, I can hear you
Anyways,
just fine. Yeah, what's your thoughts on
anyways,
this? On the whole
I
London Center?
really think the Pokemon Center thing is pretty cool. I hope they do one here. I doubt it, but I wish.
If you could choose any location for a Pokemon Center, where would you want it to be? And like, it'd have to be in a more popular place, though, might I add.
Like I don't really know any areas that are like super popular, to be honest with you.
Fair point. I mean, they could set it up again in New York, since that's near where Nintendo's headquarters is. Nintendo's headquarters of America. Or even better, they could set it up in Seattle, where America's Pokemon headquarters is. Because
Okay.
they do have those like vending machine like things. You can look that up. It's a it looks like it's like a Pokemon Center but mobile, but obviously the selection is more limited.
Of course. I'd still be happy though. Like I'd still see that and be like, well, time to empty my wallet.
Time to empty your wallet. That's exactly what you do. Okay.
Poor wallet.
Poor wallet. Like this channel. I funded so much in this channel, it's not even funny. Right then, next bit. TCG news. In Japan, we're going to see more, apparently, new sets of Zero Aura and Deoxys VMAX decks are going to be released. So people are looking to buy cards in Japan or import from Japan. Look forward to that. And let's see. We have, news for Pokemon Unite. So it is true that there's a bunch of leaks going around for it right now, but we're just going to limit to what we already know publicly. Because right now there's actually a test server on mobile where you can test out these new characters being Buzzwole and Glaceon. What do you think of those selections for Pokemon?
Glaceon, I'm pretty excited about Glaceon. I love the evolutions. As for Buzzwole, no thank you. I don't like Buzzwole very much.
Yeah, for the roles, Buzzwole is a all-rounder and Glaceon is an attacker. So for those who are hoping that this evolution would not be an attacker, be something else, well, sorry to disappoint, but it is what it is. But I can see why it's an attacker. It seems pretty busted, including Buzzwole.
I will. Buzzwole's going to be strong. I know that.
Oh,
but I'm still
most
not
are.
using it.
Yeah, I probably won't be using it that much. I've been experimenting with other Pokemon for jungle and lane. I right now I see Cinderace as my best jungler and Aegislash as my best laner. Those are really best I can do. Say I get on a team or something. Would like that, by the way.
Cinderace has been my main for as long as I could play this game. So
right.
Yeah.
So frustrating with the solo queue though. Ugh, I need to work on that. Just want to get that raid to 2000. It's so hard. It's so hard. Like I understand the competitive gameplay, but then you're at the mercy of randos when you solo queue. It's frustrating.
And sometimes your teammates just aren't very good.
No, someone just
or they go AFK.
Or they're just trolls. Or they're just trolls. Like just today, I had I don't remember the guy's name. I'd rather not remember the name, but I had this Crustle player who not only stole my jungle at any opportunity he got, but he also just literally sat around and did nothing while just being like, yeah, go score some goals, gather here, keep pressure on. I'm like, how is this troll in the master class? Like, that's not cool. That isn't cool.
Yeah, it's not. Another thing I hate is people still steal the Pokemon you're trying to get points from. Like you're attacking like an Apom and someone else comes and attacks it.
Oh, so they last hit it? Yeah, well there's a way to get around it. You just need to figure out how much damage your moves do so you can last hit something. Because this game is last hit based. If whoever gets the last hit on the Pokemon gets the most benefits from it. From like, say example, you're doing all this your team is doing all this damage to Zapdos at the last 2 minutes, and then an opponent just runs in, takes it. They get the benefits, despite that they did the least amount of damage to it.
Of course.
Right. So
it's annoying when it's like your teammate.
Yeah, like Unite is, my opinion, a pretty good game. It just has so much going for it. It's so popular, but there's just all these problems that really should be addressed and taken care of. But I'm not a developer. I doubt I could get in touch with them. No, it's not possible. Like, it is what it is. We just gotta be happy with it. Like, but in general, it's still a good game. You just gotta know what you're doing.
I'm still having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
I still really want Space Cinderace. I'm has known as Space Burn.
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
That's my term. I invented it.
Yes.
For those who don't know, like there's like a space style Holowear, and I named it Space Burn. You combine the ace with space, and then the burn from its Japanese name, Ace Burn, Space Burn. There you go. Perfect naming.
I love it.
It's perfect. What more could you want?
Yep.
It makes so much sense. Right
then.
So
I am disappointed that like there's only one Cinderace Holowear available right now.
Is it? No, there's two. There should be two. It's what's it called? Primavera, whatever.
Well, there's only like two of them, or one of them's event locked, and one of them is a battle pass. So they're no longer available.
Well, yeah, we only have the Primavera, which is that stereotype one, which I personally don't like, and like the Easter Bunny thing, I don't like it. It's so stereotypical. And then you have the Space Owl, which I think that's one of the coolest ones. And yeah, then you have the pirate one, which like, okay, yeah, I can see why people like it.
That's the
It
pirate one.
doesn't.
It's cute.
It is
It's
cute.
cute.
It seems to be a fan favorite of all these Cinderace palette swaps, which I can
Were you
understand.
talking about like? Were you talking about the leaked one just now?
No, let's avoid that.
Okay. Were you talking about though? I thought that's what you're talking about.
No, 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 no. The Primavera one is what the one that got released at Easter. Remember that?
Oh, that. I thought
Yeah,
you were
we're
talking about. Okay, never mind.
we're
I was
we're
wrong. I'm
avoiding the
sorry.
leak stuff.
Yeah,
I shared
I'm
some of the
sorry.
leak stuff on Twitter, and some people got mad at me. So I'm gonna avoid it here at pretty much any cost I can because I don't want to
Yeah,
make them mad
we can talk
anymore.
about that when this is over.
Yeah, we can talk. That's for the next episode and when we get more solidified news for it. But we can,
Yeah.
on the other hand, talk about some of the more official news on that. We have a couple new Holowears for Gardevoir, which seems to be like this very 1950s newsboy kind of one. I'm gonna share with Pyro so they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I just saw that. I saw that today. I was playing the game and I was looking at Holowear, so I saw it.
Oh, okay, so it's out, so you can see it already. Yeah, we have the Gardevoir. What's the style name? Did you catch that?
It was like cafe style
Cafe.
Gardevoir.
Oh, cafe. Oh, that makes more sense now. I thought it looked like one of those like newsboys kind of thing. Like I think in the olden days it was called like a newsy person that would hand out newspapers and such to the entire town. I thought it was more like a retro style thing, but nope. Apparently, nope. Cafe. I feel stupid. And we
The
also
graded one is weird. The graded one is weird.
yes
I'm just gonna say it straight away. It's weird.
looks like a macho wrestler. Read it. What is happening?
I don't know why it weirds me out. It just does.
He is a pretty annoying tank to deal with in the game, though. Let's
I
add.
rarely battle them, though.
Be glad you rarely battle him. I battle one almost regularly. It's so annoying when they pull off the jungle steal maneuver. It's almost unbeatable because
Yeah.
they end up stealing your jungle and you can't take the 8 minute 50-second bees because they're just distracting you and there's
Yeah.
really no beating it unless you have some other plan to get to level 5 and level 7 or by the first 7 minutes you have a backup plan to get to level 9 as soon as possible. You gotta be really skilled though because it's a tough maneuver to get around.
Yeah, it doesn't help that one of its attacks is pretty gross. It literally like burps. Ew.
It's Unite move in it.
Yep, it's gross. No, it's not the Unite move. It's the like other attack.
Oh, that one, yeah. I don't remember the name of.
Gross.
I've never played Greedent. I don't really intend to. He's not one of my favorite Pokemons out there. Just
I
like,
tested it out of curiosity when the Halloween event came out.
mm.
Literally one of its attacks is it burping. Gross.
Ugh.
Ugh, gross. Like don't let that get anywhere near my Cinderace. That is so rude.
No, man, no. Right then, all right. In our last topic for this episode, we have the anime. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about the new Poketoons that got released. So Pokemon TV has been slowly adding each of the Poketoon stuff, which is like these little spin-off animes, like its own special individual story. It's really interesting.
And some are better than others, but they're all kind of like unique. Our styles are fun.
Yeah, the ones I remember is this Slugma one, Jigglypuff one, and a kind of it was like a more horror school kind of deal. And those are
one?
yeah, but those are in Japanese only at the moment, I think.
Yeah, the Slugma one, I've seen it with like subtitles.
It's
really cute.
It's cute.
That
yeah.
one was cute. I want to see more wholesome moments in Pokemon like that. It was too cute.
Yeah.
Like it had this like nostalgic feel to it. That was cute. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
And like the Pokemon like working together to like with the home, I loved that.
Right, and like especially with the Jigglypuff one, like that was unique. Like a Jigglypuff with an off-tune singing. I'm like, I didn't expect that.
I haven't watched that one yet, but
Well, that's a pretty good one.
I will look it up.
Right, and then the Gengar one. Oh boy, that's like I think it's called what was the name? Like it was like in Japanese it's Gengar ni nachatta, which is I literally translate to I've become a Gengar. Now it has in this sentence there's like this word structure that gives it a sense of either great success or great regret. I'm gonna assume that little wordplay is more than the great regret because what was that
Seen,
character's name? Yoko? Was it Yoko?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Yeah, that's one of the more crazier stories. Like that's what you get
Yeah.
when you watch like the more like ghostly type ones. Like you expect a bit more like scary action to it. It does
Of course.
disappoint though. Longest one though, it's like 11 minutes. It is very
Yeah,
long.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's
And the
unique.
one with like the Pokemon trainer, the young Pokemon trainer, like catching its first Pokemon,
Which one
catching her first
was
Pokemon. That was like the one that was just released today.
is that one? Oh, I think I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've seen it.
I might have seen it. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I think I've seen it.
I was just watching the English version of it just now, actually, before you told
Oh,
me. I thought we
okay.
were going to talk about it today, of course. So I was like, oh, I might as well watch it.
There you go.
But
Planning
I've
ahead in
seen it in
advance. I like that.
Japanese. But I've seen it in Japanese, so
Right.
with
I
subtitles.
Yeah, I would mainly just watch it in Japanese because I'm a learner of it.
Yeah. And sometimes the voices are better.
Yeah, the voices do end up better. Like it's more realistic. There's like more surround sound in a way.
Yeah. It's more genuine.
Especially with the actual anime, like lots more like environmental music that fit the moment instead of just something that's pretty stock.
Yeah, that's the thing I really bothers me. The soundtrack is so good, but they like use it the wrong way in the English dub.
Yeah, but in some cases it makes sense. Like there's this one track in the original CD. For reference, there's two CDs that got released, like two CDs, the soundtrack, sorry, that got released for the anime. I just bought the more recent one. I still have to rip that to my computer. Very good music tracks. Composer is Yuki Hayashi. He does very good works. Does a bunch of other music for as well. I believe My Hero Academia is also one of his many works. Could be wrong. But yeah, very good
Heard the same
tracks.
thing.
Yeah, and like here's
So I
where
believe it is true.
mm-hmm. And here's where I think one one reason actually the dub was perfectly fine with switching the music. Like there was a whole track where it was like sounded like super horrifying. Like it sounded like came straight from a horror movie in the Japanese dub, and then it just got transferred to the English dub. It was a bit more like more stock and relaxed. And I'm like, you know what? I think that was probably appropriate because that track was actually genuinely a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's so creepy if
Doesn't
you get a
fit.
chance to listen to it.
Doesn't fit the theme for Pokemon.
I mean,
Pokemon's not meant to be super terrifying.
in Japan, that kind of track is right at home, but internationally, we're not really used to it, or they're just trying to appeal to the right audience. So I think for the
Of
most part, it
course.
made sense.
Yeah.
So I can look
There's
over
one
that
scene
one.
though I was kind of disappointed they changed the track for. The scene where like Raboot is jumping on the what's it, the Draco meteors. There was really good music for
Mm,
that one, and they replaced it in English dub, and I was like, oh come on, they took the emotion out of it.
yeah, that's what Japan is really good at making more. They make a lot of tracks that fit the moment better. Like, this is just our opinion as fans. Like Pokemon can do whatever the heck they want with their soundtrack. We're just fans. We're here to make these criticisms because that's what we do. That's what we
Yeah.
do. Oh boy. It, for the most part, it right. It's wild. It's wild. It's just so in depth. If you actually get a chance to watch the Japanese dub, and English dub, you do all these comparisons. It's wild. It's a wild ride.
Yeah.
Right. So next, let's talk about Hisui and Snow, like the entire series. Like that was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's
I
pretty
liked
good.
that.
Yeah.
The animation was like a whole other story. That was just fantastic.
Right. I'm glad to see that Hisui got some attention for some anime because why not?
Yes.
Why not? Every region deserves its fair share. Like sure,
And that
it is just Sinnoh, but come on, completely different
yeah.
era as well.
That Zora though, it's so cute. I love that Zora. It's so cute. Like, didn't you see it? Well,
Like,
of course she's hot. Duh.
well, yeah. Why else am I
Like,
talking about it?
wasn't it just so adorable?
Oh, it's so adorable. Especially in that first episode. Like, it's just trying to make a scary face, but it just trips over itself. It just
I know
makes Alec laugh.
it's trying to like look all scary, but he's so young that he can't do it.
Yeah, that first episode, like, he's just like, get away from me, like Pokemon of old. And then the end of that episode ends with the Zora tackling him. They slide off a cliff, which is an interesting, no pun intended, cliffhanger. And then we go into the second episode. Alec, that's the main character, by the way, and
Yes,
like
I know.
he's trying to get up, and yeah, something's wrong. He hurt his leg, and then just the episodes of Hugh and Snow, the first two rely more on its surroundings than it does with actual dialogue. Because like in the first two episodes, there's like almost no dialogue. It's just
Yeah.
more surround sound, what happens at the moment. So in that
I
second,
actually really like scenes like that.
yeah, it gives it a slightly more realistic vibe to it. It's like there's a story, but you're actually more in the moment.
Yeah. I also just in general think it's kind of more fun when animation and sound is more at play than dialogue.
Yes. Agreed, agreed,
I love
agreed.
that kind of stuff. I'm just a big fan of animation in general, so
There you
I'm
go.
just kind of a fan of that kind of thing.
Yeah, and the way that uh after Alex saves the Zora from the ledge they're on, like the Zora just comes back with a few medicinal leaks, and like of course, uh Alec assumes that it's food, and then Zora's like, no, it's actually medicine. So like, and you see that actually small trusts come about because they're like
Yeah,
looking at each other. It's like just trust me. And the Zora helps Alec. That's adorable. It's like he knew
it
exactly
was
what to do.
cute.
Who needs a
It was
doctor when
really
you got a
cute.
Zora?
Yeah, like seriously, the Pokemon world is probably a very nice place to be because there's all these I mean, these
Right,
like
right, right.
things that heal you that you could just find outside. It's like that's so perfect and just ideal to have.
Right? Yeah, but welcome to reality.
Yeah.
Then that episode closes off with apparently Alec's father gets mad at him because he still doesn't trust Pokemon, but that was its era back then. That's the aim. That's what they were going for, and sure, just break their friendship. It makes sense though, given
Terrible.
yeah,
Though. They don't break friendships. That's just messed up.
yeah, they were just getting to know each other too. Then we fast forward to the future. Alec returns to Jubilee Village in episode 3, where he meets up with his father again, and they're talking about that Alec is just trying to wondering if he can see a friend again. Then the whole space-time rift comes about. They deal with that. And then that Garchomp though. That Garchomp was genuinely a bit scary, like the whole glowing eyes
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my gosh. Like I liked it though, honestly. Like that was a good depiction.
It is
Like that was
like it almost like very violent for Pokemon ways. It's like, oh my gosh, he's actually out to kill them. You don't
I
see that
know.
often.
But these alpha Pokemon are completely enraged and don't like they're a little bit crazy like in the head, so it makes sense.
Yeah, especially with like the alpha Pokemon. It's like they're gonna go straight for you.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Alphas are completely insane.
No, especially with like the whole what's it called in Legends Arceus right now? I forgot the name. It's like this thing where four of them spawn at the same time. You,
Massive outbreaks.
massive outbreaks. Thank you. Yeah, those are crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, like not annoying. It's kind of scary when like you try to catch one, doesn't work out, and then you tick off the entire group of them and it's chaos.
Yeah, that's just woo.
It's
Especially
like, "Oh no."
yeah, it makes you wish there was a multi battle system implemented in it because you could be on a 1v4 when that's not gonna go well.
Yeah.
You gotta be really strong. You got a lot
Yeah.
lot of items at your disposal as well.
And like even like if you're level 100, sometimes you don't even stand a chance. Like the Pokemon are so
No.
strong in this game.
Yeah, because I think with the massive outbreaks, they try to match your current level, so they could be like 4 level 80s. It's like, oh
Yeah.
boy, you don't stand a chance, possibly.
Yeah. It's definitely quite scary, that's for sure. So they depicted that well in Sue Snow. They did.
Yeah, and that ending was quite wholesome too. Like the Garchomp was about to like kill him off, and then the that Zora, now a Zora, comes to save him, and Alex like, wait, is that my old friend? He's like running to see him, and then he just finds his old mask when he was a kid because that got knocked off in like episode 1. He never recovered it from that point.
Yeah.
So just how the Zora found it is a mystery, but nice touch.
I liked that.
Yeah,
Let's hope there's another episode. Was it the last episode, or is it like
that was the last one.
continuing on?
Oh,
Oh, come on. I wanted to see them meet each other.
I mean that was supposed. I mean, Alex did leave the island after that.
It was mysterious, though, I gotta say. It did leave a mysterious feel, and that was good.
It was very mysterious. Yeah, that's where it prides itself. Just
Yeah,
like a different vibe in itself. Like it's unique. And actually,
it is.
yeah, like speaking of the anime, on Pokemon TV. I'm still waiting for Master Journeys to get on there.
Seriously?
Like it's taking so long. It's taking so long. Like we've had regular journeys for a long time, and for some reason, I think in the UK it doesn't. And when I go to the UK version of that website, it just doesn't exist. And where's Master Journeys? We still have the original 48, and the rest are just not existent. I'm like, hello, we're waiting. It's been like a year.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, especially
And there's a lot more Cinderace moments in that clip, no, that season, and I really want to watch those, and I can't because
unless you got Netflix, which is
we
not accessible to some.
kind of have it. We're borrowing someone else's account, but I don't have that signed in on my devices, and I don't really like watching TV like for everyone to see in the room because it just kind of annoys me for some reason.
I understand.
So I prefer watching things like on a device, a small device, and I
Right.
can't do that. So it's kind of sucks.
Yeah, but for more OG fans, the Hoenn region is on there right now. I think it's Hoenn. Yeah, it's Hoenn.
Yeah,
I hope I didn't screw that up. That'd be so embarrassing. Yeah,
you didn't.
good. Yeah, it is kind of it is a bit tilting that we still haven't gotten Master Journeys on there, especially since the I think it was called Ultimate Journeys. That's the 3rd season of Journeys. Like that's going on right now,
Yeah,
and we're still waiting on Master Journeys.
exactly.
Like the original episodes of Journeys was released when, like I think when the first episodes of Journeys was trying to like close off. And I'm like, this is taking forever.
Yeah.
What is going on?
There's something I meant to say about Hisuian Snow though.
Hmm.
This one line, I was like, whoa, okay, that's a little too much. They said the Pokemon were better off gone, and I was like, oh gosh, like that's a little too. That's kind of messed up, if I'm honest.
Well, they had to keep the vibe of the original series because like
It's true, but
everyone was like very. It's like people in Pokemon cannot exist. So I'm like, well, I mean,
I
if
know, but like,
that's the vibe they're going for, so go for it.
want them all gone? Like, oh my god, like I couldn't imagine living a world without my Pyro.
Imagine, well, put it into perspective a minute. Like, forget Pokemon for a second, and then actually imagine real animals. Where would we be? Definitely in a tougher position, that's for sure. The human race would be at a definitely much more difficult position if animals did not exist. And like,
Yeah,
yeah, so
and
like,
I'd
if you
be,
take that
and
fun,
I just, we'd all just be plain sad 'cause we don't have amazing and adorable and just cool, plain cool creatures in the world.
right?
So
Yeah, but I mean, like if you take what they said and put it in a more real world perspective, you can actually it actually does way more harm than good. Like
that's
it's
what I was
not,
thinking, and that's why I said, oh geez, because
yeah,
I thought about it in detail.
yeah, it's kind of a scary thought in a way.
Yeah, and because I tend to like kind of think of my like Pokemon trainer character, I was like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't imagine my trainer character without Pyro.
Right,
That'd be
that's
a
gotta be tough.
different story. Yeah.
That would be
Oh, that
very
was a
tough.
yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. We definitely fulfilled more of what we're trying to go for, which is like sharing news about Pokemon, giving our experiences about Pokemon, and I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah. So did I.
yeah, once again, thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, be sure to like, subscribe to this channel and Pyro's channel. You gotta subscribe to both of us. That's the job.
Yep.
That's your
Please subscribe
job.
to Cinderlitten, please.
But subscribe to Pyro first. I don't know. You choose. Whatever
No,
works for you.
Cinderlitten needs more growth on his channel. Subscribe to him.
All right, whatever you say. And with that, this is Cinderlitten. That's your cue.
Oh,
This
bye.
is Cinderlitten. Okay, bye. That's it. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.
Sorry for the awkward ending.
It's only awkward if you choose to. Okay, we're done. Bye.